to investigate this incident. We've got some assistance from the FBI. We got numerous interviews to conduct today, as well as downloading phones and things of that nature to try to bring this case to a conclusion. It still remains a missing child investigation at this point until we reach a different conclusion based on any evidence that we may find or any updates or developments that we may occur here today. Just to kind of recap what we have done, as you know, we had aviation out here yesterday all day, or half of the day, providing air support. We had mounted patrol from Savannah Police Department, which we sincerely appreciate. We had SEMA and the volunteers doing a grid search, an area search, looking for little Quinton. And as of this morning, we still have yet to locate him. So a lot of work to do. Our investigators are working extremely hard. They were here till 2 o'clock in the morning this morning, and then came back in at 8 o'clock for a briefing, and are out here this morning continuing to investigate. So that is unfortunately all the update, substantive update that we have here this morning. I'd be happy to answer a few questions that you may have, and we'll go from there. So.
Chief, is foul play suspected at all in this disappearance?
As of this time, we have not had any evidence to lead us to believe foul play, but everything's on the table, honestly. So we're looking at this from many different angles. We're getting all the technology that we can, looking for cameras that were in the area, things of that nature. So, but as of this interview, we don't have anything of substance that would lead us to believe that. It's still a missing child investigation.
Do you know why it took 3 hours to report the child missing?
I don't know it took 3 hours to report to the police. I haven't gotten into that level of detail when the mother noticed the child was missing. The only information that I have is that the boyfriend woke up, saw the child at 6 a.m. The mother woke up at some other time later and then reported the child missing at 9:39, I believe the call came into 911. So the time difference and whatnot, I'm not privy to that level of detail at this second.
From what I understand, much of the morning, specifically when it did start getting light out, police weren't out there. Only recently now police are. So why we, in those precious hours of daylight in the morning to have police out there?
Please restate your question. I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
I understood from a reporter on scene, or one of our reporters, there was much of daylight time this morning where police weren't out there. Kind of took a little bit. Can you kind of explain?
This morning?
Yeah.
So, well, we had conducted our area grid search yesterday. So we didn't believe that we had exhausted that geographic area where we felt perhaps if he wandered away that he would be in that area. So we wanted to regroup this morning. We were out till 2 o'clock in the morning. Now we're narrowing it down to other small geographic areas, seeing if that would yield, finding Quinton. So we just felt that we had exhausted all of our geographic coverage area with what we did yesterday with the aviation, with the mounted patrol, with our drone, and we didn't feel that that would yield anything to be back at that exact location this morning.
How are the parents doing at this point from your perspective?
Well, I haven't talked to them personally. Obviously, they have been working with our detectives. I can only assume that they're, at this point they're victims. They are dealing with the loss of a child. They're worrying and wondering where he may be at. And so, as any of us, if we were in that position, I would be terrified. Having 6 children of my own, if one of my children were missing, I'd be a mess, quite frankly.
And then follow up to that, does Quinton have any siblings? Are there any other brothers or sisters?
I believe there is an older sibling, maybe a year older or so. I think it's a boy, but I'm not 100% sure.
Chief, so the FBI was there yesterday to help. Is that customary, or were there certain aspects of the case that they thought it was necessary for them to come in, and will they continue to help with the investigation?
They will continue to help with the investigation. In this type, because it's a missing child, but there's also a potential it could have been abducted. Obviously, that falls within their wheelhouse. They're a great organization to work with. They have an enormous amount of resources that necessarily local law enforcement doesn't have, and their willingness to step in, provide additional manpower, as well as the resources that they have, which it is welcomed beyond belief. So, but because it's a missing and could be an abducted child, that's where it falls within their wheelhouse.
Do you believe Quinton to still be alive?
I hope he's still alive. We don't know. We don't have any information to believe he's not. But statistically, we know, how these cases may end up. So we're going to hold out hope that he's still alive, that we can find him and bring him home safe to his parents. But we'll continue to look at all angles and exhaust all investigative avenues.
What would be the indicators that would push it into an abduction? Like what would be sort of the cases or the evidence you would need for it to go into an abduction type of investigation?
Well, if we received some tip from the community that was substantive, that we could verify, that would lead us to that conclusion, if there was any type of video evidence or cell phone evidence that would lead us to believe in that that it would be that. So that would is what that would be. And let me say, I'm sorry I didn't mention, if anyone has information on Quinton Simon's disappearance, they can get on Chatham County Police Department Crime Tips on our website and put that information in there. They can also call Crime Stoppers at 912-234-2020 with any information that they may have.
Have you all been getting any tips?
I'm not aware of any at this point.
It's my understanding that Quinton's father lives north of here, and is not in town when this all started happening. Is he here now with the rest of the family?
I'm not sure if he is here now. It is my understanding that he did live north of here, and he was not here during the time of his disappearance.
Do you all have a search warrant for the home that they live in?
We did obtain a search warrant for the home. We're also obtaining other search warrants as of today, and we'll continue to execute those once we're able to secure those.
Do you know where those other search warrants are?
I do not.
What's kind of the plan for today in terms of the investigation?
Well, what I want to do is let the investigators do their work today, obtain those search warrants, execute those in a timely manner, probably reassess sometime later today and see where we may need to pivot this investigation. If anything, any information comes out today that yields a different result, leads us in a different direction, but we'll regroup later on today. I want to give my investigators space to go on and do their job. They don't need me in their face every 5 seconds asking them 100 questions. They're very capable, along with the FBI, and we're going to work diligently till we come to a conclusion.
Have you talked with the mother? Sorry for this.
I have not, ma'am. Okay, thank you. Appreciate it. All right.
Okay, you can go ahead and give us.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, so I'd like to update the commission on our missing 20-month-old Quinton Simon. I'll try to capture what we've done so far. We've tried to be as communicative to the media as we can. He went missing on Wednesday morning, approximately 9:49 or 9:39 is when his mother called 911. We made the scene, did an initial assessment, got our drone out there as quick as possible, looking because the initial report is that he wandered off. Over that span of time, we had aviation, mosquito control came out, helped us doing an aerial search. We set up a grid search, had volunteers show up. SEMA assisted us again as well. We've exhausted that grid search at this time. We have yet to locate Quinton at this time. It's still a missing persons case, but we are actively investigating this. Our detectives have worked 18-hour days since this has started. The FBI has come in and offered us assistance. They've been a tremendous resource for us. We've had the assistance of SPD, Chatham County Sheriff's Office, Liberty County Sheriff's Office came up with their bloodhounds to track and do a track. We've tried to use every available resource that we can that makes sense within our scope of the investigation to try to get a better understanding of what's happened to little Quinton. My detectives today, or our detectives today, are continuing to aggressively investigate, look at all investigative avenues, again, working with the FBI, downloading technology, looking at that data. Does that take us in one direction or another? So we hope that we can get some more information or more understanding of the situation as we go forward. But unfortunately, that's all I really have to report today. I wanted to, as I told you privately, Commissioner, your constituents out there in Girard have been fantastic. They've dropped off food to the detectives at the precinct. They've been very supportive. They went out and helped search their own backyards, things of that nature. So the community has been very, supportive of us and our efforts, and we appreciate them as well. So,
okay.
Aside from that, I'll answer any questions.
Thank you. Now, the update, please don't ask him any questions about, okay? He gave you what he could give you, okay? So don't ask any questions about the update. But if you have anything else about his report, okay? Because it's active and it involves FBI, so, okay? And questions about his report?
He has now joined the urgent search for a missing toddler from southern Georgia. Officials are holding out hope of finding him alive. Here's ABC's Faith Abube.
Tonight, the urgent search for missing Georgia toddler Quinton Simon intensifying. Investigators, including the FBI, recanvassing, quote, specific areas looking for the 20-month-old.
It's been horrible. I keep picturing his face.
Quinton reportedly last seen Wednesday at 6 a.m. in his Savannah home wearing a light blue Sesame Street shirt and black pants. Police say Quinton's mother reported him missing more than 3 hours later at 9:40 a.m.
I hope he's still alive. We don't know. We don't have any information to believe he's not.
For days now, authorities searching by air and by land, including a nearby pond for the little boy. Still, no answers. Quinton's grandmother, Billy Jo Howell, talking to reporters.
I don't know what to think right now. I don't know what to believe because I don't think anybody ever believes that this is going to happen to them.
According to ABC News affiliate WJCL, Howell has legal custody of Quinton and his 3-year-old brother, and just last month filed court documents to evict her daughter, Quinton's mother, and her boyfriend from her home. But police say there doesn't appear to be a custody dispute.
And Lindsay, police say all parties are cooperating with the investigation. They also say they have not issued an Amber Alert for Quinton because there's really no indication at this point that he was abducted. Lindsay? Faith, thank you. Investigators in Georgia are trying to find a missing toddler. The 20-month-old boy has been missing for 4 days now when his mother woke up and saw the door was opened and the little boy was gone. Brett Buffington from our News Nation affiliate WSAV has the details.
Complaint about her 1-year-old son is missing. She woke up, her door was
9:42
open.
Wednesday morning. Quinton Simon's mom told 911 her little boy was gone.
She woke up, her door was open. Advising he's unable to open the door. I think someone came in and took him.
Since that 911 call, the search for Quinton has been expansive with 2 helicopters, a drone, police on horses, and tracking dogs. Quinton Simon hasn't been seen in 4 days.
And I need everybody to help, everybody that knows anything, everybody. He's just a baby.
Quinton's grandmother told us the story her daughter, Quinton Simon's mom, Leilani Simon, told the police doesn't make sense. Quinton's grandfather told us the child's mother has lied to the family before.
Because she's lied to us so many times. And I don't know, it's just bad to say, but she just likes to lie.
Since Quinton disappeared, we've learned that his mom and her boyfriend were being evicted from this home where the little boy was last seen. A day before this eviction was filed, this incident report says Quinton's mom, Leilani, and her mother, Billy Jo Howell, got into a fight. The report says Quinton's uncle told the cops Leilani had a history of stealing from the family and using the money to buy drugs. Federal agents are helping with the search. On Thursday, we watched as the FBI searched dumpsters, drain pipes, ditches, and the woods. This family holding on to the hope that Quinton will be found alive.
He hugs me. He wants me to pick him up and play with him.
So far, there has been nothing investigators have found to lead them any closer to answering where is Quinton. Reporting in Chatham County, Georgia, Brett Buffington, for News Nation.